What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a reaction. Sorry, my voice is kind of shot. I was streaming all day. Or not all day, but I was streaming. Either way, welcome to a reaction. This is to Super Punch-Out. It's by a guy named Zallard1. If you remember, a couple videos ago, I said I was going to do a reaction at some point to maybe a speedrun of this game, because I did a speedrun myself. Took like 39 minutes or something. 35, I don't remember. 35 to 39 minutes. I don't remember what it was. But I figured, why not? Sorry, my nose is itchy. I figured why not react to one, so I'm recording back how... You'll see the video that I uploaded previously. I was having troubles with the audio and stuff connecting or syncing up, so I'm recording this reaction the way I used to record, so I can like switch the scenes and stuff over on OBS. So either way, without further ado, let's watch the video. Hold on. Run starts at 4:49. I can only assume it's just them setting up, so let's skip to 4:49. Alright, let's watch the video.
Okay, so...
The second I go to start it, I got 2 ads right in a row when I skip. Alright, now let's watch it.
3, 2, 1, go. Woo.
I just got 2 more. I know y'all saw that first one. Let's hope there's not going to be any more.
Alright, so Zallard has to focus on the first phase of every fight. This is really important, so I'll explain some mechanics as we go. As he
Hopefully that's loud enough.
on Gabby J here. So, major mechanics in Super Punch-Out are, you see the super meter at the bottom of the screen. That is the super punch in this game, as opposed to the star punch you see in MTPO or Punch-Out Wii. The second major mechanic is the dizzy. You notice after he hit Gabby, he went into a long stun animation.
6 seconds is insane. I think it took me like 15 or something to knock him out because I actually got the knockout, but way better than me.
Back and forth. Every character in this game has a hidden dizzy meter that is not displayed anywhere on the screen, but as soon as you cross a certain threshold of damage, every character can be dizzied and put into that stun animation. And when they're in that stun animation, there's a brief window.
Old bear hugger, huh?
Instantly knock them down, and that is the gist of how you play Super Punch-Out for speed.
I'm uncomfortable.
So, Bear Hugger has a much higher dizzy level, so it's going to take him a while to put him into the stun animation. You see he's hitting counter punches there. How counter punches work is Little Mac's left counter punches the opponent's right and vice versa, as long as they're on the same level. Zallard nailed it there. It's really good.
At the end of the game, there's this credit sequence, and Bear Hugger says something along the lines of, "I've heard someone can beat me in 17 seconds." So
Yep.
we've certainly
Nice.
done that.
No extra dodge. That's excellent.
That's like a 20% likely uppercut. So
Yeah.
that's pretty lucky. 13 seconds, he won't get up.
Yep. So you'll notice
Sorry for pausing a lot, but it literally took me like a minute and a half to beat him
a lot of times
for
you see
some reason.
Zallard either whiffing punches or doing dodges or ducks when there's not really anything going on. What he's doing is executing buffer strats. Basically how Punch-Out inputs work is you can achieve an input on the first frame of recovery by just holding a button. So if Zallard wants to dodge and then immediately throw an uppercut, all he has to do is input the dodge and then hold the button for uppercut, and it'll come out on the first possible frame. So there's a combination of those inputs that he's going to use as buffers to get perfect timing on a lot of the dizzy windows. So you see he missed the...
He did the same thing I did. I got the stun thing on Piston Hurricane, and I completely whiffed the shot, so it didn't knock him down.
There's no chance on Piston Hurricane, so unfortunately he doesn't get the quick knockdown here. And then the other major important mechanic in SPO, it's also in the other Punch-Out games, is guard manipulation. So at the start of every fight, or after a knockdown, or what have you, the opponent will put their guard based on where Little Mac's guard is. So if you're holding up and doing jabs, they'll put their guard up. And if you have your guard at neutral or low,
I didn't knock him out that quick.
So ideally, you do that for one frame.
I had to knock him down 3 times.
Them in the opposite direction to start dizzying them. So the Bald Bull fight, this is actually one of the few fights in this game where being completely optimal is a detriment, because all the opponents have different phases in this game. They have some scripted attacks where after a certain number of hits or number of seconds pass by on the clock, they can either add in extra dodges that are random.
Just barely
or
under
other
7
things. So
seconds.
ideally, he actually wants to be not quite frame perfect on Bald Bull to manipulate him to not dodge or block an attack later in a phase.
And yeah, that was right there.
Yep.
Have to delay just a bit, or else he gets the opportunity to dodge, and we really don't want that.
Yep. Yeah, so after you knock down an opponent with the Dizzy, every character has a brief window after their first knockdown, except for very specific ones, Bull being one of the ones you...
She's 8 seconds, or almost 9. I was doing something wrong when I did this. He's already, like, halfway through the game and under, like, well, 3 minutes and 33 seconds. By the time I got here, I was, like, 6 or 7 minutes in already.
Knockout on, you have to TKO him. But most of the characters have a window after their first knockdown where if you knock them down again, they will just stay down. And on average, that window is about 4 seconds from the time you knock them down on the timer to when you have to knock them down again. So that's where the big time gains come in Super Punch-Out, is he's looking to get that first Dizzy, knock them down, and then immediately knock them down again within that window to make them stay down. So we're gonna...
You know what's crazy about this is he had to play this game so much to the point where he just knew every frame that was gonna happen. So, props to him. This guy's nuts.
Bob is the first super random fighter in the game. He likes to dodge and dance and waste your time. So
Just as new sometimes.
Yep. So there's a dodge, 2, 3. Yep. Good. Good, Bob. Nice to see you, buddy. So Zallard's still able to get the Dizzy, although it took much longer than he wanted. But now, because of how long the timers advance, Bob's AI is now at a different point in the script. So he has to adjust this second phase to react to that. Unfortunately, Bob is not cooperating.
So I knocked him down with a regular punch. He's almost certainly going to get up from that.
Yeah.
Usually, if you get a super knockdown, that's when they won't be able to do anything.
Bob, why?
This is pretty much expected. Bob
Yeah.
is...
He didn't even do the spinning where he's like this, you know, and he like did the spinning and it was like the uppercut. He didn't even do that for him. I apparently took way too long.
This is a very random fight.
Yep. But you're kind of seeing how Super Punch-Out goes in general. If the optimal strats that Zallard and all the people who've worked on SPO go right out of the bat, you can destroy fighters very quickly, but it only takes a very, very minor error for it to snowball. That's why these first phases are very important. So Dragon Chan is not random to start. He's actually very easy to get the first Dizzy on. But the big thing with Dragon Chan is his second phase, he has 4 different options.
Man, just under
He can
6.
either
This
do
guy's
kicks,
nuts.
or he can do a long or short heal. And so
I just suck,
what we
I
wanna
think's
see
the
is
problem.
short heal. Oh, that's awesome.
Long heel's still pretty good.
Yep.
10 seconds.
We'll take it. So, if Dragon Chan had gone into kicks, it would have cost about another 3 to 4 seconds. There's nothing you can do about it. It's completely random what choice he makes, but with either heal, he's allowed...
I had to go all 3 rounds with him, and then I promptly got knocked down like a minute and a half in. This was the worst fight that I ever did on here.
The knockout very quickly
Like,
there, so... The only
it
reason
took
that
way
uppercut
longer
didn't
is what I
actually
mean.
knock down Dragon Chan right away is that the heal had enough time to bring some of his health back to keep him from falling over.
Stupid ad. I got another ad, sorry.
So Mass Muscle, this is the first opponent we're going to fight where guard manipulation can fail. Muscle will occasionally just put his guard where you don't want it, no matter what you do. This is a really good start to the fight, though. Nice. Very, very good.
So because of how fast that was, he won't get the opportunity to spit.
So you can stun all the characters, I guess? I didn't know you could. I thought you could only... Well, I guess he said at the beginning they'll have a stun meter, so I don't know. I just suck, I think, is the problem here.
Once you cross 8 seconds, then there's a random chance that he'll just spit at you, and it can cause a whole bunch of stuff. But
Awesome fight.
It was a pretty good fight.
Yeah.
You won't get up.
Lucky 7s on Muscle is take it every time. So it's entirely possible that in that first phase, he could have just randomly blocked any of those punches Zallard threw, and then he would have to...
I think at this point I only knocked out like 2 or 3 of the... Like, actually had the KO screen on 2 or 3 of them.
change his strategy based on how many blocks were. So now we get to Sandman, who is not nearly as scary as his Punch-Out counterpart. He's actually the least random character in the whole game. He can be done the same way every time without fail. So there you see Zallard throwing a left jab, right jab, left jab. That's the buffer.
I think part of that's due because when I was streaming this game myself, someone said that he's like the cleanest fighter, so he doesn't throw. So he's not like moving around as much. He's more of just like a stand and fight type of dude. So that could be why.
That window to actually get the knockdown with the super punch when they're in stun animation is very small. It's not a very large area. So by throwing those 3 punches, he gets to just hold the gut super punch button, and then he will hit the window every single time without fail. It's just last phase for Sandman. Very nice.
Yeah, that was a pretty good fight.
Yeah. All right, so we're already halfway through. The world circuit is where things start getting a little bit more interesting. There's some fighters that can.
So he's only at 746, and he's beaten the major circuit. I think by the time I beat this one, I was at like 12 something. I was in the upper 10s, I think, is what it was.
Be super random, including one of the worst in the whole fight, the whole game. So.
Yeah. One of the Dizzies, particularly Super Macho Man, is very, very luck dependent.
Yep.
You need him basically to not do an exercise program, but he does it, it feels like 50% of the time.
So Aaron Ryan is sadly not nearly as interesting as he is in Wii Punch-Out. We're basically just going to wail on him and make this a very short event.
That one jab when he jumps to the left is really tight.
Yep. Nice. So that window there to knock him down with the super punch when he goes into the grab him animation is actually very difficult to hit. Even with the buffer strats, it's still really easy to go too fast, and then you whiff, and then you're in a bad spot.
Now, I didn't KO him. Sorry for pausing a lot. I'm just trying to like base on what I did to what he's doing. But I didn't KO him, but I could knock him down pretty quickly because I got him stuck in a cycle where I would super punch, and then he would do like the grab him thing, and then I would hit him. I think I did that every single time, so I knocked him out pretty quick.
So really,
Yeah.
really
I only
good
missed
timing
like
there
2 or
from
3
Zallard.
of the super punches.
Yeah, that dodge and right gut is not a perfect buffer. It's what we call like a pseudo buffer.
Yeah.
It's basically, it changes the visual.
Also, sidebar, if you hear me sniffing, I'm still getting over being sick, so sorry.
A little bit. Makes it a little bit easier to react to.
So Heike has actually had some new strats found on him that are pretty impressive, but probably won't be seeing those for the marathon here.
Yeah. For the new PHAS strategy on Heike, you have to.
I think I only
basically not lose
accidentally
more than
knocked
2
him out like
frames
that
the
one
entire
time,
fight.
and then I had to go
There we
for
go.
all the rounds afterwards.
Got the block there. It's random on that last rapid punch whether Heike will block or dodge. It's actually preferable for the dodge, if I remember right.
Yep.
Yep.
It saves something like 5 frames.
Yeah.
It's pretty inconsequential.
Yep. Unless you're going against Zallard splits, then 5 frames is worth a lot.
Yeah. It would also be important for the new task strategy. You kind of need that to happen too, so another reason to not go for it.
So Mad Clown is another, I don't care about your guard manip.
Mad Clown was giving me trouble when I was doing it. I had him basically done, but then all of a sudden he like did the backhand thing and knocked me down, so it made me go longer, because I think here I was more on like the almost 20-minute mark already.
Manipulations. And in general, he's a clown and a jerk, so this fight is pretty interesting. Gets the first counter. Nice. Nice. And as you can see, Zallard didn't go into any buffer animation because there isn't a fast enough buffer to set up what he
Yeah, that didn't help at all. That didn't do that at all, because I was trying to fight him like Bear Hugger, because he wouldn't let me punch his gut.
The instant knockdown there.
So that's a very, very
Wow,
fast.
that's destruction.
Because of how fast that was, he's going to get a very low refill. The odds of that happening are very, very slim.
Yeah, that's a ridiculous Mad Clown fight. Awesome. So now we come
1109. I got hit a lot when I did this. I got knocked down twice, I think. Sorry, I'm not trying to pause a ton. I'm just, again, basing what I did wrong off of what
And,
he's doing as a professional speedrunner, and I'm
Basically,
just a
the
gamer.
window to get him into his dizzy is ridiculously small.
Please let me join your game.
He just
Sorry,
doesn't, like,
got another ad. If there's
cooperate long
cuts, it's
enough to
just
take
because it's
enough
ads.
hits
I don't have
to
YouTube Premium.
reach the dizzy threshold, so hopefully he will cooperate here. But this fight is a run-ender in most attempts. Nice. Okay.
So I'm gonna try to go for a KO, but it's gonna be pretty luck dependent. Let's
Yep.
see what happens.
No exercise programs. You
Yep,
jerk.
that's an unblockable.
Yep. Yeah, so Macho can actually be KO'd. You don't have to.
It's sorry, it's bugging me. This guy's, if you can see my mouse, this guy's, whenever he talks, he smacks his lips when he starts. He's like, it's bugging me.
knock him down 3 times to beat him, but Zallard got good luck.
Get this man a
in
drink
phase
of
one,
water
but
or
it wasn't
something.
The top tier luck. So basically, what had to happen in the second phase is Macho had to not go into an exercise program for him to have any chance to get the knockout. Because again, that window after the first knockdown is about 4 seconds. So
Yeah, I mean,
I luckily beat him first try. I never do for some reason.
that's really not surprising at all. I mean, basically, you're kind of just at the mercy of what he wants to do.
Yep.
And I could have actually made that work if he had done exercise program A or B, but he went with C,
Yeah.
which is triple uppercuts.
Yep,
and
that
if
is-
you attempt a super punch, then you don't even get an opportunity to dodge. Like, you're just taking all 3 of them.
yep. Now we're onto the special circuit, and this jerk.
See how he gets him quickly.
So,
I had to go
Nasus
forever because I missed his
is the most
uppercut.
random character in the game. So the amount of options that Zallard needs to know to deal with this fight are through the roof. The big thing with Nasus is he hates to be hit in the face. That's how you get him into aggressive mode. He's much easier to deal with in aggressive mode. All right, that's not bad.
Yeah.
When he's not in aggressive mode, he can.
I didn't know you could counter. But man, he's thick. Sidebar, this dude he is caked up. But I didn't know you could hit or do a counterattack to his right hook.
Just dodge.
Would've made
he
this
can
fight a lot
dance
quicker.
around, he can twirl. He can do all these things regardless of what you're doing to him and just waste your time nonstop.
I didn't know you could counter that either.
That might keep him down.
Yeah, actually,
I
that
think-
was a 10-second
yeah.
phase 1.
Yeah,
We're
so
on
this should be a
13.
knockout.
It depends, though, because I got hit. Yeah, he's not getting up.
That's awesome.
He's pretty much up. He could have just walked back to him.
So that fight looks kind of simple, but like the number of options Zallard has to be prepared for with Nasus is through the roof. She showed me the basics of a flowchart once in my head.
Oh, Hoy Quarlo. I beat him first try, but it took every part of my focus to not get knocked out.
Basically exploded.
And it took like
Now we're
almost
onto
3
Hoy,
minutes,
who
I
is
think.
Almost as bad, but for different reasons.
He might have been worse than Dragon Chan in terms of time.
This is an excellent start.
Oops.
Nice. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Hoy made poor choices. So the big deal with Hoy is that he can randomly do dodges, which obviously makes the dizzy meter start going down, and he has a pretty high dizzy threshold. But he has this wow, really? Oh, crap. Unreal. You can't knock out Hoy no matter what, but this is ridiculous.
Yeah,
10
10
second
seconds.
Hoy is unheard of. That's
Yeah.
so good.
10 seconds, and it took me over here like 2.5 minutes.
Excellent. So you didn't get to see it, thankfully, but Hoy has a
Now
move
he's
where
got
he will
Rick,
just
and then
take
he's got
his
Nick.
staff and shove you.
The
And
Bruiser
the problem
Brothers.
with that is the animation on it is so long that it always resets his dizzy threshold back to 0, so you have to start from square one again trying to dizzy him. So all we have left are the 2 Bruiser Brothers. Rick is pretty straightforward. He's a mostly easy fight, especially for this stage in the game, but it's also a fight where one mistake turns this into a nightmare really quickly. So the first phase is out of the way. Nice.
Not sure where his refill is going to be here.
Yeah.
I made a very tiny error, but recovered pretty nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't going to work. I'm just going to wait for this.
Yep. was still solid. So basically, Zallard mistimed something just slightly.
1762 is not bad. I got through it pretty quickly too. Not that quick, but it was just barely over a minute, I think.
So what happened is Rick's final refill was a little bit higher than it should have been. Normally, he could have just super punched him and ended the round very quickly, but that's still a good Rick time. Okay, so this fight is the most tense in the game, so we're just going to be quiet for phase 1. This requires immense concentration. Yes. All right. Okay, so that first counter is unbelievably difficult. Nick can throw 4 different punches there. Zallard has to react and hit a varying counter window based on which one there was. Yes.
Yes!
Yes!
He won't get up from that.
No, that's incredible. Awesome.
That was the
Great
one
job,
thing I
dude.
really wanted in
Great
this run, and I got it.
Fantastic.
Insane.
I can't accurately explain how ridiculous it is to hit those counters. Like, the window where the counter is changes based on which punches he throws, and the amount of frames Zallard has to react and then input that punch is not normal for human reaction.
So that's it, because it's the credits. I wonder how long it took me to do it. Alright, well you can't see it, but it took me 33 minutes and 34 seconds, and it took him just under 16 minutes, so he beat me by pretty much 15 minutes, but like I said, I'm by no means a speedrunner. I was just seeing how fast I could beat the game. But either way. So I figured I would do a reaction just because, well, why not? You guys seem to like the Punch-Out content, and I like making it. So I figured I would, best of both worlds, why not do a reaction to Punch-Out content? Because last reaction I did, you guys seemed to enjoy. And yeah, so let me know what you thought of the video in the comments. This guy's insane. Zallard. He had to have been playing, granted the game's been out for years, like a long time, but I mean, he's had to play the game forever to know all those frame perfect punches and stuff, so props to him. Here, I'm not gonna make this video too long. It's already 24 minutes long. It's because I was mainly giving my 2 cents on everything that I did wrong because I suck, but yeah, so it's late because I got done, we're streaming, so that's why my voice is kind of a little shot. But yeah, this is gonna be video 2 for tomorrow because I'm gonna upload one first and then another one. This will be video 2, so if you enjoyed, let me know in the comments. If you have anything else you want me to react to, let me know. Thanks for watching, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.